welcome to Hoffman's Hot Seat. I'm Tom Hoffman with One-to-One Media. Joining me today is Deepak Advani, Vice President of Predictive Analytics at IBM. Today we'll be discussing how companies can use predictive analytics to help them understand customers' preferences and behaviors that are demonstrated through their actions in social media channels, and then act on that information. Deepak, thanks so much for joining us today.
It's my pleasure, Tom.
So, Deepak, how can companies apply predictive analytics to comments that are made by customers in social media to help them to better understand their preferences and behaviors?
What's really interesting that's happening in this space today is the role of CMO is changing. There's wealth of information that is now available, and applying analytics to that information to get better insights on what the customer needs and wants and preferences are is really changing the game. The way we see it, the role of the CMO is really shifting away from art more towards science. And the use of statistics, use of predictive models is changing the way you do marketing. Our CEOs that we talk to, 9 out of 10 tell us that over the next 5 years, the way they're going to build a competitive advantage and execute their business strategy is through customer centricity, really getting closer to the customer. And this world of one-to-one marketing is now here. And in fact, we're going beyond one-to-one, where vendors need to understand not only the individual who's buying their product, but the context with which the individual is approaching this purchase buying cycle. So this role of analytics, so when you think of predictive analytics, to really understand each and every individual customer and get into micro-segmentation, you need to take all the data that's available to you. When it comes to interaction data, that they interact with your website, transactional data, what they've purchased from you in the past, demographic information, and also attitudinal information. Now, the classic way to gather attitudinal information had been through market research firms doing research and surveys and soliciting feedback and input from people. And a lot of the market research firms are very long-term and strategic partners of SPSS, and they use a lot of our text analytics to figure out, to parse all the comments that are made and understand the sentiments and the keywords that people are talking about, and then, insights come out of that. Now, with social media, people are offering their input, their feedback, their attitudes, what they like, what they don't like. And some of the savvy companies are now collecting all the social media, running text analytics, understanding the sentiments, understanding the keywords, and what the relationship between those keywords are, marrying those insights with the other type of data that you have, like interaction data, transactional data in your structured on-prem data warehouses, and combining this information, building predictive models that enable you to make better decisions going forward.
Can you describe how companies can take that information that they're drawing about customers from these channels and make them actionable?
Absolutely, because at the end of the day, the reason why predictive analytics is really, really resonating with a lot of customers in the marketplace today is because predictive analytics isn't just looking at the rearview mirror and just looking at trends and directions. Predictive analytics enable you basically to make better decisions by embedding the scores from predictive models into business processes. So one of the key things that people would do is, based on the insights you get from social media as well as other sources of information, is inject the output of predictive models into your business processes. For instance, call center, a call comes in. The call center, if during that moment of truth when you're interacting with this customer, if the call center rep knew that, by the way, this is a customer that's likely to leave you, this is a customer that's a valuable customer that you have to keep, and by the way, the propensity of this customer to respond to offer B is over 85%. Make this offer. That type of actionable insights coming from predictive models can help people make better decisions and drive better business outcomes, and we're seeing this in just about every industry out there.
Okay, thanks. That's terrific. So, Deepak, can you also point to a few examples of companies that are doing this well?
Customers that we have that are focusing primarily on social media, take RTL Netherlands. This company wanted to improve the outcomes of their TV shows, so you think you can dance and X Factor. They monitor social media. They got insights on what the audience preferred from background score, judges. Took action on it in real time to significantly improve their buzz. Rosetta Stone is a great client. that uses text analytics to figure out, really what customers are saying and feeling about the products out there, getting more attitudinal information. A company that we're working with now in the CPG space, where the way we think of social media analytics is different from dozens of companies out there that will just do trend analysis on what people are saying for your brand. What we want to do is we want to surface what is happening without you even asking for it, right? So in this instance, with the CPG company, they found out that a lot of the teenagers, when they talk about soda, they happen to talk about it in association with protein. And they said, what is that? That's a little counterintuitive. When you dig a little bit deeper into it, there was a strong desire for them to, work out and build muscles, and protein was important. So an actionable insight that comes out of it, it sort of becomes a market basket analysis, right? When you're having a promotion on soda, also offer something with high protein because customers are expressing a desire to have the two together. So these are just some examples, but just about every company out there now is very focused on how they can take social media and incorporate that with all the other data that they have available, build accurate predictive models, and make better decisions based on the scores that are coming from your predictive models.
Thanks, Deepak. These are great examples, and in particular, this CPG example that you cited. And I wanted to thank you for sharing your insights with us today.
Tom, it's my pleasure. Nice chatting with you.